Why do business at Alton campus? One of the great things about business is there's always something going on in the news and some current affairs. For example, we always start the lesson with a current news story. For example, this one here, Elon Musk trying to develop battery technology. If he can crack the idea of making a better battery storage that we can use in our homes, then that will transform the way that the energy market works and give us unlimited free power. On the A level, we do 4 main units: marketing, finance, human resources and operations. These are the 4 main elements in all business courses, whether that's done at GCSE, A level, or you go on and do it at degree level. Vocational do the same subjects, but they're more specific in terms of the units that we do. And there's some mandatory units and some optional units there. It's those 4 key areas that we do. In terms of how we deliver the course, obviously we deliver face-to-face. Should we do remote learning, then we've got Google Classrooms. We also use Google Classrooms for uploading work and downloading some documents that you'd use to do online assessment. We've also got a website which has all the resources on, plus it's got some revision materials and past papers, that kind of thing. We try and use case studies that students have heard of and brands that they're familiar with. So for example here we've got Vodafone, and they're looking at why they're using their corporate social responsibility to partner with a charity. What's in it for Vodafone to give money to a good cause? We look at things like that. We also look at other brands. For example here we're looking at the different business models that these companies use. So for example Spotify will use a freemium model where some of it's free but you can also buy a premium. Uber is dynamic pricing where the price changes according to the demand, or a subscription service, for example, on newspapers. So, should you choose A-level or Cambridge Technical? The key difference really is in the assessment method. We cover very, very similar subjects. This is the A-level one. We use the AQA brand, which is the biggest exam board for business. And here you'll be doing 3 exam papers at the end of 2 years, and those are 2 hours long. They contain multiple choice questions, short and long answers, but 75% of that paper will be long essay type answers. If we look at the vocational for Cambridge Technical, well that's 33% examined and 67% coursework. Again, they have exam papers for those that are examined, and they have long answers and short answers and multiple choice. One of the key differences though is that only 50% of the marks will come from long answers, and those long answers, the maximum essay you get is 12 marks, and that compares to an A-level essay which can get to 25 marks. So the key question is, how do you like to learn? If you prefer coursework and shorter essay type questions, then the vocational is probably best. If you're happy doing long structured essays, then the A-level is best. In terms of UCAS points, they are similar. An A is equivalent in UCAS points to a distinction at vocational. In terms of our performance in our A-level, the way we are judged, and most colleges are judged, is how we add value to a student. For example, we get a student who is expected to get a C in their A-level. If they end the 2 years with a B, we've obviously added value to that student. And that's put in a league table called Alton. As you can see, for A-level, last year we were at 3, which is in the top 30% of colleges in the country. For the vocational, we were at 5, at the top half. That won't be strictly comparable because last year we were doing 100% coursework. The specifications now changed, and there is now an examined element. Okay, this is our Entrepreneurs Board. Business is all about people, not just obviously the entrepreneurs that we've heard of, but about people in general. It's about relationships and making sure that you get the best out of people. But obviously we are trying to encourage our students to be entrepreneurial, which is why we have these boards. Jim Radcliffe, one of my heroes, born in a council estate in Manchester, used the old adage, northern adage, where there's mud, there's brass, bought up a lot of chemical plants, turned them profitably, and made billions of pounds. He's now Britain's richest man. So we encourage entrepreneurship, and we look at ways that students can become entrepreneurial. In terms of who's delivering the course, I say to myself and my colleagues, some experience in here. I'm an A-level marker, so I'm able to give a bit of help on my exams. We've got Ryan, who's got a different entrepreneurs board. His are more Instagram influencers. So we haven't just got old people looking like me, but also we've obviously got a young group of people in the team as well. So if you're interested in business and looking for a high quality course with a good outcome, Alton Campus is one of your options.
Hello, my name's Adam Omar and I teach economics. Economics is the study of resources and how to use those resources to their maximum. How can we get the best out of resources? And students from an early part of the course start looking at their own resources and how they can utilise them efficiently to get the maximum output. Time, money, what can we do to get the maximum output from those resources? It could be me making a choice between going out or revising. And these choices have outcomes. They have benefits and they have costs. So students really have to be aware of resources are limited, but needs and wants are unlimited. And straight away students are researching different economic systems and they're debating about it. They're looking into whether socialism allocates resources much more efficiently than capitalist societies. So we're looking at free markets versus planned or command economies. And students really enjoyed the debating side of it. Each time they research something, their ideas change. But it's brought up a lot of interest in the topic. And students are now better equipped to analyse and evaluate which systems are going to allocate resources efficiently. They can look at it from a business point of view, or they can look at it from a welfare point of view. But students have really enjoyed this, and they can sort of apply it to the real world, looking at things like privatising the NHS, privatising education, and they've looked at the benefits and the costs of this. They've also been aware of free markets that don't allocate resources efficiently, and they've researched and studied the economic costs of alcohol, where students or young people overconsume alcohol, and it puts costs on society. And they're aware that that's derived from free markets focusing on profit. And then they're aware of government intervention is needed to correct this. So a big part of the first syllabus, within the first syllabus that we study, is looking at markets and market failure and deciding whether or not resources are being allocated efficiently. And then from a much bigger scale into the second year, we take resource allocation to a global scale. So my second years have been researching the pros and cons of the UK voting to leave the EU. And again, it brings up a lot of debate. Students again change their ideas based on what research they found. Some students have said they've gone home and argued about it at home, which is good because it gets them talking about it. And some students have also said that when they watch programmes on the news or watch programmes on the telly about EU, not only have they got an opinion on it, they can argue their opinion, and that's helping their exam technique. Thank you for watching.
Do you wish you knew more about how to manage your finances or maybe avoid long-term debt? Maybe you want to understand the financial products offered by your local bank or the features of income tax and national insurance. And if any of that's true, maybe doing a financial studies certificate and diploma here at HSDC Alton is for you. My name is Ryan and I'm one of the business teachers here at the college and current course leader for financial studies. Now, in order to do this course, all that's required is 5 past GCSEs, including English and Maths. Now, the course is split into 4 units taught across 2 years. So to do the certificate, we look at units 1 and 2. Unit 1 is about financial capability for the immediate and short term, and here we look at the changing financial needs as you go through the personal life cycle. Changes onto income tax and national insurance and what they'd mean for you, and choosing the most appropriate way of paying for something. For example, should you use a direct debit or a standing order? Unit 2 then looks at financial capability for the medium to long term. So this is looking at values on needs, wants, aspirations, on your decision making, as well as how to budget and the financial service products on offer, such as ISAs, and where to go for financial help if you need it. And then in the second year, we start to look at Units 3 and 4 to get the full diploma. And Unit 3 is about the sustainability of an individual's finances. So this is looking at the implications of saving or getting into debt and the impact of global events on consumers and what this means. And then the final unit, Unit 4, looks at the sustainability of the financial service system. So this is understanding how financial services are important and how they work, as well as also looking at the effectiveness of their marketing strategies and their segmentation, targeting and positioning of different types of consumers. So each unit is assessed with 2 exams. The first of these exams is a multiple choice paper assessing the content of each unit, and the second paper is a longer written answer one based on a pre-released case study where you'll usually be asked to make a decision for someone. Maybe they're planning on going on holiday or buying a new car, and you have to suggest what would be the appropriate methods of finance for that. So additionally, alongside the course, there's also the Student Investor Challenge. So this is in groups of 4 where you'll be given a hypothetical £100,000 to spend on stocks and shares, and the winner of the competition each year gets a full expenses paid educational visit to the New York Stock Exchange, and also the financial journalist competition as well. So where will this course take you? Well, lots of careers in banking, insurance, finance, accounting, or general business admin. But I also think that some of the things we do on this course are a fantastic life skill as well. And the course also gives you the same amount of UCAS points that you would receive by doing any A-level. And UCAS points are the points you need to get into university or apprenticeship. So this course really is on par with where it can take you. Where does it fit with other subjects, and which subjects does it work well with? Well, economics is really looking at the big picture. So this is looking at the decision making on a national scale. How do we keep the economy going? Business then focuses that a little bit more, and it looks at the decision making of individual businesses. How do they remain profitable? But financial studies is really looking at the decision making of yourself, myself, any other individual, and the way that we make financial choices. But as well as going with those subjects also within the department, I think that financial studies works really well with the social sciences such as history, geography, politics, sociology, but also more widely with any other subject, as I think some of the things we do on this course give fantastic life skills. So I hope that you will consider coming to HSDC Alton, and I do hope that you'll consider doing financial studies whilst here. Thank you.